I've always thought Bristlebots are a bit boring. You slap a vibrating motor onto a bristle brush and it just skitters around randomly. Sure, it's fun to watch for about 2 minutes, and calling it a robot is a bit of a stretch. So I think we can do better. Real robots have sensors to react to their environment. They can move with purpose or be remotely controlled. And once you're controlling a robot, you can start having fun with it. So in this video series, we are learning how to Bristlebot like a pro. We are turning a simple concept into an open-ended platform for play and experimentation. To do that, I've designed 3 different Bristlebots. Each version builds on top of the last one, giving you more and more control. The first version is as simple as any other Bristlebot, but instead of a brush, it uses bent paper clips. This is a game changer because you can tune this robot to go in a straight line, go left, go right, or go crazy. For even more control, you can add a simple module to adjust the motor speed. Changing the motor's speed changes how the Bristlebot behaves. Watching this reminded me of the waggle dance bees use to communicate food locations to their fellow bees. So I designed a bee template to give this robot a nice real-world reference. Since bees are a bit too cute for older students, I designed a set of moth templates that challenge their creativity a bit more. Or you just go wild with googly eyes, pipe cleaners, and whatever crafting materials you have. And of course, you can make art by attaching markers or paintbrushes to the robot. What I love is that kids still have control over the patterns the robot makes. This project is perfect for kids age 9 and older, and it is easy to adapt to different skill levels and age groups. And, as always, everything is done using only conductive tape, basic electronics, and some crafting materials. I highly recommend using the exact same components I use, because they are picked to play perfectly together. You will find a link to my materials list in the video description. Start by cutting out the template and tracing the circuit using conductive tape. Then fold and glue the template together and attach the motor wires to the circuit using more conductive tape. Just make sure you strip enough insulation off the wire ends to get a good connection. Next, slide a button cell into the pocket and secure it with a binder clip. To turn the robot on, simply bridge this gap in the circuit with a metal paper clip. This is a perfect milestone for kids to test the circuit for the first time. To prepare the paper clips for the chassis, hold the inner loop and twist the outer loop to a 90-degree angle. Then bend that outer part to form a leg. Repeat this until you have 4 legs. Lay them out just like this. Notice that we want a symmetrical arrangement. 2 legs bend to the right and 2 bend to the left. Make sure all 4 legs share a similar downward angle. Now start building the chassis by tracing the shape onto a piece of cardboard. Do not glue the template to the cardboard. We want our paper clips glued directly to the chassis. Use lots of hot glue to attach the first paper clip. Adjust the position using a pen until it is perfect. Repeat with the other clips. The more glue you use, the more time you have to adjust the position before the glue hardens. Use the same positions as shown here and make sure you end up with a symmetrical setup. Then cut a small piece of a hot glue stick. My stick is 11 mm thick and the piece is about 7 mm long. Glue it onto the motor shaft. This will be our offset weight. Then glue the motor to the cardboard chassis with another generous amount of hot glue. Finally, use paper glue to add your circuit to the chassis. Your Bristlebot is officially ready to rumble. Again, turn your robot on using a metal paper clip. To tune the direction, start by leveling all 4 clips. This will make the robot go roughly in a straight line. It won't be perfect, but it's a good starting point. Now bend down just one of the front clips. The robot will move toward the lower side. If you want more speed, add a second button cell to the stack. You can also experiment with the downward angle of the paper clips. Changing the angle of all legs changes the robot's speed and its personality. A 45-degree angle or more is a good starting point. And you can even add more weight to the motor shaft to increase the vibrations. Finding the sweet spot for everything takes a little experimentation, But that's the fun part. And one more thing, the surface you put your robot on also makes a huge difference. If you want even more control, you can add a 200 ohm potentiometer. Trace the circuit on the speed control module and attach the potentiometer, leaving one of the outer legs disconnected. This wires it up as a variable resistor. Pro tip, add a little piece of something to the dial to make it easier to turn. Now, disconnect this wire from the main circuit, add your new speed control module to the front of the robot, and reconnect the wire. Just like that, you can fine-tune the motor speed to give your robot different behaviors. On my setup, high speed makes the robot go left, while a lower speed makes it go right. Keep in mind, you don't need the speed control module. Adjusting the paper clips is actually more effective, but the potentiometer adds an awesome layer of playfulness. From here, you can take this project in different directions depending on your student's age. For younger kids, have them color in the bee design and rub a little vegetable oil onto the wings to make them translucent. Glue the pieces together and use pipe cleaners or these cutouts for the legs. For older kids, my moth templates offer a more creative challenge. Of course, students can come up with their own designs. These robots can easily become cockroaches, spiders, manta rays, vacuum cleaners, UFOs, or anything else. Or you just add googly eyes and feathers and stuff. To attach a custom design onto the robot, we'll use a binder clip. Since these clips are painted, we need to add a strip of conductive tape to make them conductive again. Now, measure the width of your binder clip, make 2 cuts in the center of your design, and slide the clip ends through. Clamping a small piece of cardboard will help here. Make your final adjustments and clip the design onto the robot to turn it on. To me, this looks exactly like a real honeybee doing the waggle dance. Honestly, I think the BeeBot even sounds cool. To turn your Bristlebot into a drawbot, glue these extra pieces of cardboard to the chassis. Loosely roll a piece of paper around your markers, securing it with clear tape. You can glue these sleeves directly to the cardboard. Drop your pens in and watch your robot draw. You can even experiment with liquid colors and paintbrushes for more color mixing. And of course, this gets even crazier with multiple Bristlebots moving around the canvas. As you can see, just this first version of the Bristlebot took me down a rabbit hole, but there's more. I made another circuit designed for these moth templates. Moths aren't just beautiful, they are active at night. And this robot literally wakes up and starts moving only when you shine light on it. And the third version are these spooky totems that actively track you down. This advanced build is fully light controllable, utilizing 2 motors and 2 independent light sensing paper circuits. All 3 versions use the exact same cardboard chassis, so you can start with the BeeBot to master the basics, upgrade it with a light sensing circuit to make the Mothbot, and finally build the light-controlled Totembot. Or you just go straight for your favorite design. I will be breaking down how to build version 2 and 3 in my upcoming videos, so make sure to subscribe. And remember, my templates and instructions are designed specifically around the components I use. For example, controlling a motor with a potentiometer only works safely in a very low power circuit with low resistance. To get started with this project, click the link in the video description. You will find a download with my templates, a shopping guide, and access to my dedicated tutorial pages designed specifically for teachers. Thanks for watching and happy Bristlebotting!